welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now listen, we have chatted about everything today, but let's get into a beautiful woman that I'd love to introduce to you. Thorns is a renowned South African electric cellist who has long celebrated for her visionary performances and genre-defying projects. Now her latest release is such a beautifully moving piece, and it's a rendition of Amazing Grace that strikes a deeply personal chord. Created in the wake of profound personal loss, this piece is both a tribute and an offering of comfort to those also navigating grief. So let's take a look at this before we get to know the woman behind the music. Come on, let's give her a feel-good welcome. That was stunning. It put us in such a great mood coming off of the weekend, getting into something familiar, but also your touch on it. First of all, how are we doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Yes, and you look so stunning. Thank you for showing up to the occasion as you do. But Amazing Grace, let's chat about this. A timeless piece, but you put your touch on it. Tell me more about why you chose it and what you did a bit differently.
Well, I feel a little bit like it chose me because last year it was just 2024 was not my year.
Yeah.
And somehow playing the cello and specifically playing this piece that was composed 250 years ago just brought me joy again and helped me through such a difficult time. And then the last thing I did before Christmas last year was to record it. And then this year, obviously, did my music video with all the candles. Yeah. And the effect of this piece on people has been so profound. I was blown away. So in a way, something beautiful has come out of a really difficult time.
Yeah.
And that's my story of Amazing Grace.
Well, music is so healing. And I think even so many years ago when the song was created, it almost feels like it comes from a place of knowing. Because when I sing it, because we all sang it growing up, you know, it definitely brings you back to that. But that beautiful, the visuals that we're seeing now, 800 candles looking absolutely stunning and also fighting against the elements to make sure that you can deliver what you need to deliver. What did that night symbolize for you?
Well, you know, it looks very serene, but it was not because there was a gale force wind and the 800 candles kept on being blown out. So I had a lot of friends to help light the candles. But what was incredible was I've done a lot of music videos and shoots and that, and you know what it's like. There's always noise and chatter and stuff going on. And for that video, it was just dead quiet. And I played that song over and over for hours, and people just... No one in the team said a word, and for me, it's almost like closure on this period of my life, and a real tribute to my mom and dad who loved music. And you know, when I was little, my mom used to drive 5 hours to take me to a cello lesson because we lived in a little dorpy miles away from a cello teacher. And I think only when you become a parent yourself do you realize how much your folks do for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that night. Means so much to me because it was something like a snapshot of my life at that time and something I can look back on and be proud of, that it's also helped other people through their loss.
And I'm glad you said that because, yes, you did take something so personal and put it out like artists do for the rest of us to also relate to that, you know, and enjoy. And I'm glad that people could also share in that story with you. How has your relationship with your instrument evolved over the years?
Well, it's interesting because you were mentioning the electric cello earlier, and I have so many fun projects with the electric instrument and that. And this is really a nod back to my classical roots because I started as a 7-year-old playing the acoustic classical cello.
Right.
And I love all my electric cello projects and that, but for this, at this point in my life, I just wanted to go back to my music heritage in a way, and to play an old piece on my this old instrument.
Yeah.
And actually the cello itself is made by an amazing cello maker, a luthier here in Cape Town.
Sure.
And the cello is called Kulingile, and it was made for me. I'm very tall, so slightly bigger than other instruments, and that cello, well, the luthier has subsequently become very famous in the world. So I'm very lucky to have that instrument.
I absolutely love that for you, girl. You must put that in a museum one day when all things are said and done. Performing in a bubble. Tell me a bit more about this. Is it quite literally a bubble?
It is quite literally a bubble. So my husband's an architect, and he designed a 3-meter high and a tall bubble for me to perform in. And we've done this all over the world. I've played in Iceland, I've played in Dubai, in the UK and all that. And it's a really beautiful project. And for some reason, being in a bubble, people just, they're blown away. They take photos, the phones come out, and it's a really special, fun, amazing visual element to add to the music.
I like this. Partner work. Teamwork makes the dreamiest of pieces of work, and we can't wait to get into your dreamy piece in a bit. Amazing Grace. I mean, Carol looks the part, and I'm telling you, she's going to sound just as good. So don't go anywhere, Expresso fam. In just a bit, we get to enjoy the goodness that she has brought for us today.